Hey guys, what's up? It's Piedmonte89 here again, bringing you another gun review. Before I get to that, I bet you're asking why I'm standing here like this and why the camera is positioned in the old way that I used to do these videos. Um, Pretty much, I told you guys a little whiles back I was at the hospital twice, and I was at the clinic, and I actually got out of there sometime last week. But anyway, they cut me open right around the tailbone area, and it's still sore. I mean, they didn't stitch it up or nothing. They had to let it drain. It's pretty disgusting. I'm on drugs, as you can see. Yay! I always like popping pills. You know me. Anyways, this gun is not the usual um, kind of gun you will see on gun reviews. It's a lot different from your usual handgun, or Derringer for that matter, because this is a Derringer. Here is the Cobray Model DD 410-45 Derringer. Such did a good review on this gun. He had the 22 long rifle, 45 410 over and under, but his took the 2.5-inch shells. This takes the 3. And of course doesn't have the second barrel as a 22 long rifle. This is more practical as a defensive weapon. That said, would I choose this for a self-defense weapon? Something that you'll have to ask yourself. Me personally, no. This wouldn't be a self-defense weapon. Well, a defensive weapon for your life, yes. Not something I would carry. Not a concealed carry gun. Not even an open carry gun. This is more something I would take with me to the woods. Kill me a pedophile, bah, or a bear, bah, or something I'd leave in the glove compartment. Now this is something I bought for my dad. And before you say, well, I thought you were unemployed and you're going through all this shit, I am going through all that shit. Excuse the language, by the way. Thing was, I'd actually purchased this gun. Was it I want to say 2.5 to 3 weeks prior to me becoming unemployed, but I didn't pick it up till Saturday, and I had to work out all the bugs with this gun. This gun is over 20 years old. It's about my age. Yeah, I haven't been around that long, have I? So I'm going to show you some of the features. First, I'll start by showing you that it is unloaded. There is nothing in the barrels. Okay. Now some of the features of this gun are pretty much the same as other Derringers, where you have to cock the hammer back to fire the gun, which is pretty much a standard for most Derringers, including my recently shown Cobray Derringer, calibrated in the 32 H&R Magnum. Love that gun now. I'll tell you why when I finish explaining some of the stuff on here. When you get this gun, it's going to be really stiff. All the stuff on here is going to be pretty stiff because it's been sitting in a factory for 20 years. You can pick these guns up for $100 to $150 pending. You can pick up some of the other models, roughly between $60 and $80, like the single shots. The one that Such had, I think he paid around $75. I believe he said that. And they do have an 11-inch barrel shotgun version, and that runs roughly between $110 to $160 usually. Now you can find these on Gunbroker, or you can go to a website called Sovereign Guns, and they have them there for like $125 standard, I think, if you don't feel like bidding on it and waiting all that time. You're going to have to make really good friends with this guy, because you're going to need him to make sure this gun's working properly. There's a lot of odd things about this gun, unusual things that would make me not want this as a carry weapon. And I'll tell you, starting with the reason that you're only going to be able to get 2 shots off with this gun. And you're going to ask yourself, why is that? Why only 2 shots when you can simply just open that up and, use it to reload? Doesn't work that way. Okay, there's a safety lever here. Okay, you have to bring this gun to half cock position, push it in, then you're ready to fire. You fire your first shot. You see a little switch right there on the top of the hammer? Boom. Now you're ready for your other barrel. You fire again. But wait, it gets better. You have to recock the hammer, push the safety in, which is actually harder to push back the other way than it is the other way I showed you before. Then you must open that up, throw out the spent shells or whatever. They don't eject like some of the other guns, like the H&R Pardoner. Where they just eject out. They don't have a transfer bar system. So you put new ones in. Okay. Then what you got to do is you have to take both knobs, this one and this one, to pull back and open, right? However, when you're done that and you're ready to load it, or it's loaded, and you want to take it back off the fire again, you have to go like this. See how I did that? Reason being, you see this little square right here? Yeah, this little thing right here, this little plate, will go over the square, and you'll be able to half cock it and take the safety off. So now you gotta do that again. You repeat the process. You're ready to fire again. So what's this gun really used for? In my opinion, well, this was used for a defensive gun, a cheap defensive gun. Maybe back when it came out, it was an effective gun. Okay, and I can see that. You know, you can see like a mobster guy pulling this out of his vest. You know, just like this, real fast assassination. Pa pa, you're out. However, today's modern technology puts this gun, you know, at the wayside. This is best as a tackle box gun, a trail gun, you know, hiking gun or whatever, or a glove compartment gun. That's pretty much the best you're going to get out of it. And it's also probably going to be a good novelty gun, because one day you won't see these anymore. Not now, because there's still surplus of them. I think there's like a couple, I don't want to say 100,000s, but tens of thousands out there. Get yourself one while you can if you are interested in something like this. You know, it's a neat little novelty gun if nothing else. You know, and the other use would be separating the boys from the men, because this thing is going to hurt and kick like a mule when you fire it, especially with the 3-inch 410 shells. Okay? Ouch. Not a pretty sight. Not something I'm going to want to shoot every day. Although, it'd be something unique to bring out to the field with me. Okay? So there that is. Right there. Also, when you get it, don't expect the greatest finish. It has been sitting in a box. It has most of its finish still. In fact, it has all of it. It's just like thinning a little bit, I want to say. You could sort of see a slight rust color, just a very, very slight rust color. Nothing too noticeable. It still blends in with the gun as far as the side angle and stuff like that. So, sights are pretty good. You know, it's just looking like down the barrels of a double-barrel shotgun, almost like. This is probably the closest I'll ever get to the double-barrel shotgun with the income I have right now, which is nothing. So, but also here is the Cobra I showed you a little whiles back. Actually, it was only a couple of days ago. This is my first handgun. Comparing this to this, and before I do that, you know, I'm going to unload it because I know it's loaded. Let me tell you right now, guys, this is a very, very convenient gun to have on you. I know it's only 2 shots, but you can make these 2 shots count. And here, by the way, is the 32 Smith & Wesson Long. The 32 H&R Magnum is even bigger. And boy, it penetrates a lot more. But anyway. This is a 14-ounce gun. This one, well over a pound. At least it feels that way. Maybe it's just because it's barrel heavy. I have no idea. It just feels that way. I don't have the exact specs, but here they are. Bigger, awkward. Smaller, pretty simple. You know? I was watching James Bond yesterday, and I had this in my hand, and I was like, name's Bond. James Bond. I don't know why. But just because it's small, it reminds me of a Bond gun. The traditional Bond guns. I mean, I don't think he's ever shot a Derringer. I mean, I just started watching James Bond yesterday for the first time. Cut me some slack here, guys. I know it's amazing. I never watched him before, but never really had time. It's a big series, yada, yada, yada. You get the picture. Handles, relatively the same comfort level, although I want to say this is a little more comfortable in hand. Faster to reload, just all around more practical. You know, hide this in a hoodie pocket and hide this in a hoodie pocket, and you'll see right away. This will come out on top. This is definitely the bigger, better gun, shot for shot. That said, for every 2 shots I get off of this, I could probably get off about, I'd say, roughly 4 to 6 with this, pending. I want to say about 6, actually, because of the stiffness of these guns. And, you know, they're not too stiff here. I'd say about 2 shots for the 6 shots. It's your call, guys. I mean, if I just wanted a novelty gun, well, hell, I'd still go with this thing, personally. But if I wanted a novelty gun, I guess, and I didn't have a lot of money, or I wanted something different, you know, the Cobray, you know. If I wanted something small, cheap, affordable, and reliable when I need it, pocket size, little Derringer. Why? Well, you can get dust in this Derringer. You know, like the Kel-Tecs and stuff, you can get dust in them, and sometimes they might jam. Not with this. It's going to fire every time. So long as you take care of the gun and don't break it, you know. They're not the greatest guns, but I'll tell you what, fun little gun. Nice, something to have. I mean, I'm looking to get another one of these in 22 long rifle to plink with a lot. And get one of those Heritage Rough Riders in the future. You know, not now, but in the future, and have them both like a cowboy with my single action and my little Derringer. But the 32s I use are the Smith & Wesson Longo. It's long and Italian. And these are the Fioshis, and it is one of the ones that is truly made in Italy. Don't know if you can see that too well. It's right there. My camera decides not to pick up certain letters and stuff sometimes. Comparing the 22 long rifle with the 32, real quickly. 22 long rifle, 32 Smith & Wesson long. Big difference. You know, it'll put down somebody if you need to. Was used in the 1920s. I think I said this before. 1920s. By law enforcement, thanks to Roosevelt. It was the primary carry for, I think, a good 10 to 12 years. Then the 38 Special came along and blew it out the water, but I'll tell you what, still not bad to have. And I'm one of those people that likes to see different makes of guns, even though they're not as good, and different calibers to stay alive. It just makes everything in the gun world more interesting. To me. So I like to see everybody buy some of those odd calibers once in a while. Keep those calibers alive, you know? It's worth it. Diversity is worth it. That's what the gun world is, people. It's diversity. But unfortunately, a lot of these older designs are dying off. And you know, some of these oddball guns are pretty cool to have. So, that's that. Also, I want to thank the Firing Line channel for giving me a shout out. That really meant a lot to me, man. I really appreciate it. So I'm giving him a shout out, guys. Check out his channel if you haven't. Really nice guy. You know, he does a service to this country. Give him props. Armory channel, as always, Pete, you're my man. You know what I'm saying? Phillies, yeah. And he's my fellow Italian brother. Fabio, that's my boy. Ruger 6, Kevin Armstrong 1. All you guys. Piedmonte 89's got love for you. Anyway, take care. Bye.